No one has gone to jail yet. There's a couple, people are lawyering up. There's a couple people that have been indicted, but we just got a $3.1 million settlement against Wells Fargo in Louisiana for one home because the person has been run through the mill so badly. And that's just the beginning. 99% of the foreclosures in San Francisco had questionable activity according to an audit done by the county assessor and recorder. 84% had clear violations of law. 66% had 3 or more clear violations of law. So that is, the fraud is everywhere. They themselves said the system is broken. So that's happened from the beginnings of the loans when they targeted families that had specific kinds of structures to buy these ridiculous loans. These loans were bad to begin with. They knew it. They destroyed the documentation on purpose so that they couldn't be caught in the fraud later. This is the kind of stuff. This fraud, that it's the stuff that needs to be prosecuted, not, covered up.
I have a question. So, no, you said that very well. You articulated that very well. Thank you for coming. So, a question is it you're passionate about the fraud personally yourself and your organization, or are you passionate about people losing their physical homes?
Both. I mean, I want to prosecute the fraud myself because I think that the conversation needs to be changed that, oh dear, I missed a payment. It's ridiculous to blame the homeowner for this kind of problem when the fraud was originating from the banks, from the very top corner offices. It became a business model. The fraud was a business model. At all of the big banks, Countrywide was huge. They started the whole thing. BofA bought them. They should have stayed away from that company with a 30-year. But instead they put their loan officers in charge of BofA loans. That's the kind of thing. They knew it was going to make them money. And your loans are the back of this. And that's why the economy is in this bad shape, is because of these kind of gambling. So, I'm sitting here shaking because I know the problems are so deep. We can't just ignore them. And
so what do you propose that these folks could do if they wanted to do more about this fraud, if they wanted to get involved?
Well, the big thing, we're calling for a moratorium on foreclosures. That would be huge. I think prosecuting the people that did this is a huge thing. Those two things alone will clean up the act. If there's a couple of CEOs in jail, you better believe it, there's going to be changes. So that's the kind of thing that I want to see. I think personally, you need to know that this fraud occurred, that that's probably in your loans, that you've been securitized, your loans have been sold and resold and resold, and these servicers don't care whether you fix your loan. They are there for the fees. They are there for all the fees that they're going to bring from your default brings them fees.
So what do we do?
You have to learn, unfortunately, you have to learn what your bank has done with your loan and do investigations. This audit is useful, but it's going to take 6 to 9 months, unfortunately.
The foreclosure industry, so I want to get that information too. And also, aren't some attorneys taking on some of these cases, fighting and actually winning, I hear, against the banks because of the fraud?
Right. I mean, there's unfortunately, because it's a non-judicial state, the bankruptcy judges are actually more on your side than the actual courts at the moment, because the bankruptcy judges are getting more fired up about this than the regular courts. So if you unfortunately go through bankruptcy, you can maybe have a way in, but know what, if you do any of these loan mods, have them prove to you that they own the loan, that there's a chain title, because the chain of title's been broken on any of the homes, which means that they don't really own the homes that they say that they own. They're trying to reservice loans that they don't really own. That Fannie and Freddie, that chain of title's been broken. Fannie and Freddie might not even own your home. So it's all, the complete fraud is everywhere in the system. It's such a mess. So you just be very careful, talk to attorneys, find a good attorney. There's a lot of scams out there.
Yeah, that's true.
So you just have to be careful. I mean, go to people that are in the system, that you have good sense of what's going on, that don't take anything at face value.
We have referrals here, obviously, as a certified agency.
Right.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
No,
making the truth come out.